So here's a list of all the kanji that I have learned on Wanikani since I started doing that 4 months ago for almost every day. But it's not all the kanji that I know, because before I started doing this, I used another app that I made a video on a while ago. And according to that app, I should be able to recognize at least 750-ish kanji. And now I say almost because I found that I don't study every single day. I just can't. I either just don't feel like it, or I don't make enough time for myself, or sometimes when I do feel like it, I don't have time at that exact moment. So I want to share with you the struggles that I have and some tips on how to learn kanji. So first of all, if you want to learn every single day, you need to be so freaking consistent. So first off, I had to find a time that I could study every single day. And I found that actually in the morning is the best time for me to remember most of the kanji that I review. But here's the problem. I work 4 or 5 times a week, and 9 out of 10 times I start at 6 AM, which means that I have to set my alarm at 5 AM. Set alarm for tomorrow at 5 AM.
Alarm set for tomorrow at 5.
And when I wake up at 5 AM, I don't really feel like doing my kanji reviews. I just usually stay in bed till like 5:30, and then I brush my teeth, I put on some clothes, and I just go to work. And when I get back home, I just really don't feel like doing my reviews. I usually just end up watching some YouTube. Sometimes I even end up falling asleep, and when I wake up it's evening, and in the evening I just want to chill out and watch some YouTube or play some games or whatever. Now sometimes I manage to do my reviews before going to bed, but usually I am way too tired by then, so I don't really like that, to be honest. I should probably just go to bed earlier, especially if I have to wake up at 5, but I just have some difficulties with maintaining a good sleep schedule, which is actually quite hard. And if friends ask me to play a game with them, then I just can't say no. So right now I need to come up with a daily schedule and be consistent with that, but I'm still struggling with that. So here you can see that the average time to level up on Wanikani started at 7 days, and now it's about 14 days. And that's just because I don't do my reviews every day like I should probably. Now I should reach level 10 soon, and since Wanikani has 60 levels and it took me 4 months to get to level 10, if I continue at this rate, it will take me probably 2 years to complete all 60 levels, which is quite a lot actually. But what I learned from this is that you have to really try and find the time that works for you, and finding the best time takes some time. You know, in the end, if you find a time that works for you, then it's worth it. Now on to part 2, actually learning these kanji. So even though I mentioned that I don't study every day, which means that my kanji reviews pile up sometimes, I can manage to keep my reviews at about 200-ish items. Alright, now let's dive deeper into actually learning kanji. One of the most well-known arguments against learning from an SRS system like Wanikani is that you are learning out of context, and this is not a natural approach to learn kanji. And I do agree with this, I really do. And actually that's why you won't even remember all of these kanji that you review, and you will forget a lot of them, and that's totally fine. For example, here are a few kanji that I really struggle with. This kanji for end and this kanji for not yet, which are really similar. There is mazeru, there is majiwaru, and there is majiru. I think I don't even know. I don't remember the reading even. One is to mix something, the other is to intersect, and the other one is to be mixed. Then you have these two kanji which really look alike. The first one is people and the other is family or name or something. I'm not sure. I mean, there's these two kanji that look similar. However, this one has a person radical, and also I cannot remember the readings. One is shu and the other is ju, I think. And I know that Wanikani or remembered kanji, they have mnemonics, but you know, these really suck in my opinion. So they are not really going to help you. They didn't help me at all. I mean, just listen to this. So here's the mnemonic for swim, okay? Oi, stop daydreaming about swimming and actually do it. And here's one for hand. Oh my god, you have little televisions on your hands. They are playing the dumbest show you can think of too. Both hands at the same time. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. How am I supposed to remember that? This on your hand is a TV? Like, I kept on failing on these kanji, so I ended up looking up the difference. And there was somebody on a forum that actually had a really nice way to remember it. So as you can see, the top part of this kanji is not yet fully grown, whereas the top part of this kanji has come to its end. See? Now that's a good way to remember it, and that actually sticks. Alright, so now that you're actually studying the kanji, there's one more thing. So now it's great that you can remember these kanji, and there may be some kanji that you forget, but for me this is just 50% of what I do. For me, the end goal is to be able to read anything that I want. Be it books, YouTube comments, or drama, or subtitles. I want to be able to read anything. Just like in English, how I can basically read anything that I see. For example, take a look at this. How much effort does it take you to scan over it and to read it and to just understand what it says? Well, if you're a native English speaker, then probably no effort at all, right? But for Japanese, it's completely different. For example, take a look at this sentence. If you don't know these kanji, you're basically screwed, because this one sentence has 13 different kanji. And if you don't know one of them, then you can just guess the meaning, because there's 12 other kanjis that you don't know. But if you want to be able to read a book like this, because I got this from a book, then you just have to know all of them. There's no way around it. You have to know the kanji. So I advise you to read as much as possible. And what's funny is that these kanji right here are actually kanji that Wanikani has already taught me. But the thing is, by seeing them again right now, it actually enforces the remembering. So it makes it easier for me to remember. And it works the other way around too. So for example, these other kanji that I haven't seen yet in Wanikani, if I just keep on doing my reviews and my lessons in Wanikani, then eventually I'll encounter them there. And then I'll be able to remember them more easily because I've already seen the kanji. Of course, that also means that when I do see them in the book, I have to look them up so that I'm just familiar with what they mean. So that's why I think drilling kanji is not really a bad thing, as long as you support it with another method where you can actually use the kanji or at least see them in all kinds of contexts. As a matter of fact, I think this is the most important part when learning kanji, is to encounter them and actually see how they are used. So now putting it all together. For me, it's a combination of learning these kanji daily, at least I try to. I'm still trying to find what works best for me, but learning the kanji, trying to put as many as possible in my head. I mean, it depends on the amount of kanji that Wanikani wants me to do, but I'll try to get all of them in my head, see them at least once, and then as I do my other things, as I do my reading and my encountering by just watching shit and just, I don't know, doing stuff online, I try to encounter these kanji. Then there will be a higher chance of encountering these kanji and actually remembering them. And personally, I think this is the best way to learn kanji. So even though the amount of kanji that Wanikani tells me that I know is not really accurate, I think it would be interesting if I made a video like this again in a month and see how many extra kanji I know by then. Given that I do my kanji reviews properly, try to do them every day, because then you'll be able to see my progress. So if you like that idea, then let me know. So with that being said, good luck with your kanji studies and let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.